Hey, I'm Nat Green from Smart Solar Marketing, and in this video, I want to show you how you can increase the number of leads you're getting each month from your website without getting any additional traffic, and how you can infinitely increase the quality of those leads so your sales team has an easier time closing them into new customers. Let's get into it. So just to show you that this works, check out this case study from a solar contractor who got a 433% increase in their leads. They went from getting 6 leads per month to 32 leads per month. And again, that's without getting any additional traffic to their website. Pretty awesome. So that's a 26 additional lead increase, which is 433% more leads without doing anything other than installing this one little feature on their website. Pretty cool stuff. And of course, just to show you, it works for a bunch of other contracting industries as well. You'll see here a roofer went from 12 leads per month to 37 leads per month. That's 25 additional leads per month with a 208% increase. A window installation company went from 13 leads to 53 leads. That's 40 additional leads per month, 303% increase. A kitchen and bath resurfacing company went from 83 leads to 140 leads. Again, no additional traffic. That's 57 additional leads with a 68.67 increase. A carpet and flooring company went from 10 leads to 58 leads, which is 48 additional leads and 480% increase, which is awesome. And they're also increasing the quality of those leads that they're getting. So think about what your leads are like, the ones that you're getting from your website. Most websites are asking for name, contact information like email and phone number, maybe their address, how did you hear about us, how much your solar bill was. Those are probably the standard questions, and maybe you're asking for one or two things more. But in general, you're only getting a few pieces of information, and the thing is, most of the website visitors, in fact, 97% of your website visitors are leaving your website because they know if they fill out your contact form for an estimate that they are going to be bombarded with follow-up phone calls and a sales pitch, right? Nobody likes to be sold to, but they do like to buy when it's on their terms, right? And so nobody likes to be put into a high-pressure sales experience. That's just not fun. And so generally people don't fill out the contact form for those reasons. So instead of those types of leads, how would you like to get leads that look like this? Lead notifications that said, hey, you have a new phone verified lead. So the lead actually took another step in order to verify their phone number to show that they're a real person with real contact information, right? And what if they gave you all of the information pertaining to their project? Of course, all of their contact information, if it's residential or commercial, who their electric provider is, how much was their electricity bill, when are they looking to buy, are they looking to finance, if so, what length of term, what their main deciding factor is to go solar, which of course you can use that in any of your correspondence with them, and you know that their main motivation for wanting to get solar. Do they currently own an electric vehicle or plan on buying one in the near future? If so, you'll want to include a battery bank and include that in your quote. What's the size of their roof? What's it currently made of? Are they part of a homeowners association? What's the age of their roof? Sun coverage, and pretty much anything else you want to get from them. So this is infinitely a higher quality lead than what you're probably getting right now. And another thing is, the majority of these leads are actually self-booking for a consultation. And so that really changes the dynamic of your sales reps, right? Instead of having for your reps to call and nonstop be chasing after these prospects. So now you're having them self-book on your calendar, which totally changes the dynamic in your favor. So recently I came across another marketing service provider for contractors, and they were providing this specific service, but in my opinion, they were charging too much. First off, they were charging $1,500, which I understand why that is. There's a lot of customization that goes into setting this up specific for each client. And then they also had a few different programs, one of which was a pay per lead. There's very little risk for the contractor, but they are paying a premium per lead. In this case, they're charging $179 for a solar lead. Now, of course, these are very high quality leads, and the contractor is still making money off of those leads, but it adds up over time. Then they had a hybrid plan, which was $500 a month with a reduced cost per lead. In this case, it was $125. Or you could basically have an unlimited number of leads for $4,000. So as you can see, fairly expensive, again, justified for the quality of the leads, but I wanted to put something together that was more affordable and would allow you, the contractor, to make more money. So now I want to show you some real world examples of what your competitors are doing and to show you that you have a huge opportunity to give a competitive advantage over them, because I would say 99.99% of solar contractors I'm seeing are not doing this yet, although more are starting to. So now's the time to start doing this. So of course, you're probably very familiar with Google and what the search results look like. You can see here I did a search for solar installers, Waco, Texas. Now, I've never done this particular search, although I've done ones like it. And so I don't know exactly what the results are going to be, but I have a pretty good idea. So of course, you can see there's an ad up top here. And then you've got some of the examples in the Google Maps here. So I'm just going to open up all of their websites just to see what they look like. And I think that we're going to see a theme here. So this company, Pure Energy, they have a button down below here for request a consultation. And then down below that, you can see another ready to get started, schedule your consultation today. So I'm just going to click on that just to see where it goes. And basically it goes to a contact form, name, email, and then the message, right? So there's actually even less information than what I suggested before. Now this company here, Solar Waco, you've got the get started. Just gonna scroll down. Their form, name, email, phone number. Let's see what happens with get started. So contact information, how did you hear about us? Their bill amounts for each month, and then their usage, and then optional. So chances of a homeowner having all of their bills in front of them for the last 12 months and then filling that out while you're on the website, very unlikely to happen. Now, they might go and get it and come back, but chances are they're probably not going to do that. Texas Solar Power, you can call now or request a callback, but they do have get a quote. It's not super, like it doesn't stand out a whole lot, but let's click on get a quote and see what happens. So contact information, zip code, and then a brief message, okay? So I just want to go back here and I want to find a few more examples because I know that there is another trend which I'm seeing. Okay, so this one here looks like a specific location page, but there's no forms or buttons asking for a quote. So I'm just going to go to their homepage and see if we notice anything. So view all services. Learn more about Blaze. Okay, not a great example there. This one, their website is down. Call for immediate pricing, which again, I think most people probably aren't going to pick up the phone and call. They would like to do more information and find out ahead of time, but there is a quote request here. So again, basically just standard contact information. So here we have a roofing and solar company. Click to get started. So roof estimate, in-home solar estimate. And okay, so it looks like these are basically buttons to request a call. So this, yeah, opens up their calendar to book 45 minutes. So that's a bit of an ask, basically asking for 45 minutes or an hour of their time right there. So the big thing to point out here is that there are three major things that people want to know when they go to a solar website. And I want you to put yourself in the homeowner's shoes here, or just the buyer's shoes if you are buying anything. It doesn't have to be, any home services, but if you yourself are looking to buy something online, especially if it's something of high value, at least a few $1,000s, there's three main things that you want to look at. And I want you to think about what are these things. So please answer these in your head. And so basically those things are going to be, who is the company? What do they do? What services do they offer? So that's typically going to be the, homepage, about us, or services page, or a combination of, right? You'll also want to know, can this company actually do a good job? So you want to look at their reviews, or look at Google reviews or reviews that they might have posted on their website. And then the third thing, which is probably the biggest thing, that you'll notice that none of these websites that I just showed you actually showed. And that is, what is the price? How much does it cost, right? So for somebody looking to buy solar, if they've never bought solar before, they probably don't even have an idea of what it is. Is it, 10,000? Is it 20,000? Is it 30,000? Right? They want to get at least some kind of price range. And you'll see here that all of those websites just led to a contact form that collected very little information, and they know that they're going to be getting phone calls asking for a sales conversation if they fill out that form. And again, nobody wants that, right? So what if you could provide them with price in a way that was easy for them and also easy for you? What would that look like for your business? Well, I showed you at the start of this video that it increases conversions like crazy, and also increase the quality of the leads. So let me show you what that process looks like for the home buyer and for you, the solar contractor. All right, so here we are on the mock-up of a solar website, and you'll notice that it has a few bright buttons that say 24/7 instant quote or 24/7 instant estimate, which is something that none of those other websites that I showed you earlier actually had. And if you were to click on them, they would take you to a page that looked something like this. And of course, all the colors can be, modified to be consistent with your branding, etc. This is just an example here. But the idea is that we would want to take them to a page that has a survey that is very easy for them to complete, thus giving us more information. So instead of them having to go to the form and type out all this information, they can just click and give us the information like that. Now, you'll also notice here that I'm incentivizing them with either $500 off or Mexican vacation, but we can talk about that in another video. So I'm going to put myself in the shoes of a homeowner here and fill this out. So I'm going to select residential, and then I'm the owner. Of course, if the person was a renter, we would want to disqualify them. The main reason for going solar, of course, you can use this when you are communicating with them in the future. So you want to speak to their main desire, right? So I want to lower my electric bill. My average electric bill is, and these ranges can be customized, right? If you want to do $50 increments or something like that, we could do that. Your electric provider is, square footage of the roof. Do you have a homeowners association or not? How old is your roof? The roof is made up of. Throughout the day, my roof is full sun. I plan on buying an electric vehicle soon, or have one. Yes, I do. So we need to upsell them a battery. Looking to get started in the next month or two. I want to finance. Let's do a 60-month term. And then I would fill out my information, which I'll do. And then I'll enter my cell phone number, my address, and then this step here is pretty cool. Notice that we're saying we're calculating their estimate, and it's going to be sent to their phone, right? So we want them to verify their phone in order to say that, hey, I'm a real person. That way, in case they entered, bogus information, you don't have a bogus lead here. Okay, so you'll see here that I just got a text message. So, hey Nat, your estimation is ready. Tap the link to view your estimate. So these numbers are just made up numbers. We would obviously calculate them to be more exact for you. But the thing I want to point out here is that it's a range of the price. And yes, I know solar is obviously more than $400 to $600. And then the monthly payment, right? So something that we're also telling them is that estimates are shown to be within a certain range. For a more exact quote and to save $500 on your installation or whatever incentive you want to give them, schedule an in-person or virtual consultation on the calendar below. So we scroll down, and then we can say, okay, we're going to get $500 off or 5 nights accommodation in Mexico at a resort of their choice. And we can talk about that in another video. And then here is my calendar. So I would select Monday at 11, select time, and then I would enter my information and book my appointment. Now, of course, obviously we have appointment reminders and no-show rebooking campaigns and all sort of stuff like that on the back end. So this is me from the future. I got another text. You'll see here it's just 3 minutes after. And it basically says, hey, Nat, thanks for getting your instant estimate. To get a more accurate and personalized quote for your project, as well as our special offer, basically schedule a consultation call. Is now a good time to get you booked? Please reply yes if so. So there's some automations that we have in the back end that if the person doesn't book the appointment right there and then when they're on the device initially, then we try to get them back and to schedule, right? So we've got automations in place, follow-ups in place to help to increase the conversions from estimate to actual booked appointment as well. So that's pretty cool. So when we put a homeowner through that process, we are not only going to get a lot more leads, in this case 433% more leads, because we're giving them the information that they want, which is price, which you're not currently doing most likely, but you're also going to get a much higher quality of lead because we're getting all this information from them and we're getting them to self-book, which, as I've mentioned a couple of times, it changes the sales dynamic. So do you see how providing an estimate for your leads will not only help you to get more lead volume, but also better quality leads and change the sales dynamic in your favor? Pretty powerful stuff. And I know that this will work in your business. All right, one last thing I want to show you before I let you go. And this one's really important because this comes down to the numbers and the sense of it, right? All that stuff I just showed you is cool. The psychology behind getting people to become a lead and get the estimate and to schedule, all that stuff is cool, but doesn't actually make your business more money, right? And so here I have what I call a found profit calculator. And you can use this to see how much money you're leaving on the table, and more importantly, how much of it that you can get back, right? So in this example, I want to be super conservative and just use 500 website visitors per month, right? Most local businesses will have that. If you want to get aggressive and start running ad campaigns and driving more visitors to your website, obviously you can get a lot more, especially if you're in a larger city and you're ranked in Google organically and all that sort of good stuff. And of course, if you remember at the start of the video, I shared the case study of the solar contractor who got 433% increase, which is just insane. Then we want to see what type of increase in conversions that will have on the bottom line. So let's just say here, let's just do 1.5. That's very realistic as far as what you can expect. Obviously, it can be more than that, it can be less, but let's just go with 1.5. And then of those leads that you get, the really high quality leads that gave you all the information, if you had sales conversations with those, how many of those leads would you convert into actually paying customers? So your closing rates probably better than I do, but let's just say that you're closing 1 in 5, a 20%, which is very, very low, especially for the quality of those leads. And then let's also select what the average profit per installation is here. So I'm just going to put 10,000 as that's pretty realistic, I think. And with those low numbers, with just 500 visitors to your website at a 1.5% increase in conversions, which again, we just saw a 433% or 4.3, right? With a super low 20% conversions and $10,000 in profit. So that works out to $15,000 per month of profit back into your business and $180,000 on an annual level. But let's just say that you want to start driving traffic and you want to get 1,000 visitors to your website. Then you can see, obviously, that just doubles the numbers. But I'll leave a link below where you can play around with this that makes sense for your business. Obviously, if you wanted to increase the conversions to 40% or 33% or whatever, but you can see what a massive impact on your bottom line this makes for the good. So So you're leaving a ton of money on the table if you're not using a conversion configurator like what I just showed you. So if that is of interest to you, if you want to talk more about how you can get a system like this for your solar contracting company, there's going to be a button or a link or my calendar down below, and you can schedule a time that works best for you, and we can have a quick conversation to see if we're a good fit to work together and to increase your lead conversions and, of course, sales opportunities for your solar contracting business. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for your time for watching it, and I look forward to helping you get more solar customers for your contracting business. Talk to you soon.